God created man to make him share God's own blessed life. Isn't it great? Now when we look today, the situation of the whole mystery of the sacraments, what is a sacrament? What happens in the Eucharist? God is sharing Himself to us. So this is the purpose for which God created us. That's a big mystery. I wanted to say this in the morning beginning itself, but only now it came up. I wanted to start saying like this with the first, but it did not come out. But now the time has come, probably. So, I think all our spiritual life and our family life, our social life, everything will make another turn, a meaning when we recognize why God created us. God created us for Him. For what? Not to make us a community, a material, but to give Himself. See, we have often heard love of the world is against God. If you love the world, you will have no love of God. So in another way, somebody asked, God also loved the world. And why do you say we should not love the world? Eh? You should not love the world. But God loved the world, yes, and then what is the difference? God loved the world not to possess the world. After all, it is His creation. God loved the world and He gave Himself to the world. If you love a person so much, you will give the best thing to that person. God loved us so much and He wants to give the best to us. What is that best? What is that best? God Himself. Remember a story about a princess or a prince who made a big feast on the day of his birthday. So he declared, today I am so happy to raise my birthday, therefore in the palace, whatever you see, you stand in front of that is yours. Take home. Everybody started running here and there. Somebody was searching on a golden statue, that is a silver statue. Wherever they found, they stood in front of that. But one girl was not running. She simply standing there. And the prince said, have you not heard what I said? Yes, I heard what you said. I am standing. Where is she standing? In front of the prince. Yes, I am standing. Then only the prince understood she is really clever. She stood in front of the prince. You said you stand in front of anything, that's yours. I want you. I want you alone. Isn't it a prayer of wisdom? So, God's relationship with us has to be understood in this way. So, it's not like the general understanding what we already have. So, when we recognize this, we will recognize the worthiness, the dignity of a human person. The dignity of the human person is known from the very core. God created him. God created him to make him sharer in God's own life. That is why God calls us to know him, to seek him, to love him. Because this sharing is a sharing of love. From that comes the covenant relationship. So prayer and all the charisms have to be understood as a part of this covenant relationship. Now what you understood from the covenant, what is a covenant? What is a covenant relationship? What is it? This covenant relationship is like a golden thread in throughout the Bible. God made a covenant with Noah. God made a covenant with Abraham. God made a covenant with David. God made a covenant with Moses, with David. And all that covenant become fulfilled in the new covenant with Jesus. What is the covenant?
Promise that cannot be broken.
One answer is promise that cannot be broken. Yes. Any other answers? What is a covenant? Commitment. Yes. Please. Now I can see you are thinking not on a software, not about the best material or a sari or a gold chain, but thinking very serious matter. Come on, think. What is the meaning of a covenant?
It's an agreement. Word which cannot be broken.
Irrespective of how the other party behaves.
What is that last one?
Irrespective of how the other party behaves. So the God made a covenant with man. So if I deviate, he won't be deviating.
Oh, deviation point of view. Okay. Yes. Next, please.
It's a will.
It is. It is.
Sorry for will. Will.
Will.
It's something which is forever.
It is something which is forever. Slowly we are improving. But it is something. But what is that something?
Relationship. Relationship.
It's a question or what? Yes, you are very near. So something which is forever. Now the question is it a relationship? Yes, it's a relationship forever. Let's combine these two. What type of relationship?
Person.
What happens in that relationship? Now this can be more easily understood with the relevance of a marriage covenant. What is a marriage covenant?
Union of
What is a marriage covenant?
union between and having partner.
Yeah. A union between, but it is not. How this union happened? Is it by force?
No.
By
Consent.
By
Consent.
love. By love, it is a giving. It is a self-giving. I love a person and I give myself to that person. What else I can give? So also the other person. So mutually, these both the person, they love one another so much, and as a greatest love, I gave myself to my spouse, and we become a covenant. Irrevocable. I cannot break this, because once I have given, what I have given is my life. It is mingled with her life, and we become one. Out of this oneness comes the fruit of that covenant is a child. So sometimes people come, There are situations where man and woman, they have not married, they have children. I say this is more greater covenant than a married covenant. You simply don't say, I have not married, I have no responsibility. You have not married. Okay. But even before you got married, you got into a relationship and God made a child out of you. This child is your masterpiece. How can you separate from this? Shocking. It's a lifelong relationship. All these divorce and case and all these only human-made legal aspects. Forget about that. But what is the heart of these two people when they have a child? They are already one. Okay, that our point is covenant. Now it is easy to understand a covenant. So a marriage covenant, now as long as I live, my covenant with my wife is valid. A marriage covenant, when I die, my wife is free from the covenant. If she dies, I am free from, or she made me free. Whereas covenant with God is an eternal covenant. It is everlasting to everlasting. When we die, we become more stronger in the covenant. So covenant is a marriage between God and man. Covenant is a marriage between, or a bride, a spousal relationship between God as bridegroom and we, the humanity, man and woman, our soul as bride. And God has already entered into a covenant. Means God has given Himself. Take this. This is my life. This is my body. This is my blood. Take this. This is fulfilled in Jesus Christ. Covenant which God made with Abraham and his descendants become fulfilled through Jesus. Isn't it so beautiful? Do we really realize our faith in this faith? Do we really have an experience of God or understanding of God like He is my spouse? He is the king, so I am the queen. My soul is the bride, so my soul is the queen. I was seeing a film of Esther. Esther. So Esther was so much afraid to come in front of the king because the law says that without invitation of the king, nobody should come in his presence. If somebody come and if the king stretch forth his stick, if not, that person must be killed. When this law was in, Germany is coming, when this law was gültig, that is valid, Esther decided to sacrifice. Even if I have to die, I will go in front of the Lord for the sake of my people. And when she went in front of the king, she really collapsed. And the king became panicked. The king came. And the king understood she has come without his invitation so that she may be afraid. Then the king says, Esther, don't be afraid, you are the queen. for you. The law is not for you. Tell me. This is what the kingdom of God means. Who are you in the kingdom of God? You are the children of God. You are the queen of the king. Which law is applicable to you? The only one law, that is the law of the covenant, the law of love. That's why now already you started doubting. That means these 10 commandments have no value. That is why Jesus said, don't think I have come to abolish the law. Correct? Don't think I have come to abolish the law. I have come to fulfill it. Yeah, now you understand that. Or you don't understand. Don't worry. But at least you understand something, that the faith is not like what we already understood. It has much higher beauty. It has much higher beauty. It is such a beautiful relationship. It's a beautiful love affair with God. It's a great romance with God. That is what the first sentence of the Catholic Catechism, God infinitely blessed. Now whenever we use this word infinite, I want to relate it into your algebra and trigonometry, what we have learned. You know, infinite divided by anything is? Say louder please. Infinite. Infinite, a share, a portion of infinite is infinite. Now God, who is infinite, God who is infinite power, infinite love, want to give a mustard seed size from that. Now you know what is the meaning of mustard. Somebody was telling that mustard seed. What is the meaning of that mustard seed? If you have faith as much as a mustard seed, so how much is that mustard seed faith means? This mustard seed is a portion, a very little. Incidentally, when we think about mustard seed, we think about the kadugumani what we have here, correct? But that is not the mustard seed is referred here. The real mustard seed referred here is much more smaller. It's very small. It's like a dust. I have seen that plant somewhere in Rome. So I have opened that thing and I saw it is so thick. But that plant is very big. So, but that is not the point. The point is this mathematics. What is the mathematics? Infinite divided by anything is infinite. From the infinite God, if the tiniest portion you receive, how much you receive? Louder please, how much you receive? Infinite. There you go. In the Holy Mass, the priest, we consecrated a big host, that is Jesus, okay? And then we broke this and divided it, and a portion, a small piece of that is given to us. Have you received a piece of Jesus or Jesus?
Jesus.
See, our faith has complete different beauty. What is the meaning of mustard seed? That's the thing. When Jesus was preaching, he was purposely not revealing many things. Why? Because they should see but not understand. Take this picture, Mark chapter 4:10. This is beautiful. Mark chapter 4:10. Mark chapter 4:10.
When he was alone,
When he was alone,
those who were around him
those who
were around
were
him,
around him,
along with the 12
along with the 12, came to ask him about the
parables.
parables. This is at the time when Jesus was proclaiming about the parable, sower sowing the seed. Nobody understood. So they said, Lord, what is the meaning of these parables? Why are you speaking in parables? Now all of you please read louder the next sentence in your own Bible. Please read louder.
And he said to them, "Do you have been given
And he said to them that they may see. Sorry. How is it?
So that they may look and look but never perceive.
Yeah. They may look, they may see, but not perceive.
Listen
They may hear, but not understand.
to avoid changing their ways and live.
So that they don't come to me and be converted. Now please read it once again. Read it once again and try to understand. Jesus said to them, he spoke in parables. He said, the mysteries of the kingdom of God is revealed to you, but to others it comes in parables, so that they may look and see, but not perceive. Everybody louder. They may look and see, but not perceive.
Listen.
And hear and listen, but not understand. In order that they may not be converted and be forgiven. The first thinking is there any printing mistake there? Yes or no? Have you thought about that? Yeah? That's it. There is no printing mistake. We always have a thinking to find out mistake. It's not there. Or we already have a set impression. What for Jesus came? Jesus came to give forgiveness for all. Then what is he talking?